Today we are going to walk you through the different formats of filament that you can buy. You can hold that up, Kevs, and give them a look. And we're going to also show, if you end up with one of these refills, we're going to show you how to load that onto a spool to get it the way that Kevin's is there.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Kevs?
Yeah.
All right, high five.
I'm gonna do a hard one.
Okay. Oh, jeez. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, I am going to show you the different formats and how to load this up. So you can generally buy filament in two formats. One will come with the spool. There are different sizes of spools and there are tons of different types of filament. We've got a PLA silk here and a PLA basic. If you buy the filament already on the spool, that is certainly the most convenient because you can basically take this and just load it right into your printer and you are ready to start printing. When this runs out though, these spools are actually a little pricey. So instead of buying the filament with the spool, which is more expensive, you can buy these refills, and the refills can be loaded onto the empty spool. So you can basically reuse them, and this is what the empty spool will look like. All right, so let's show you guys how to get the refill onto the empty spool. So these empty spools, when you need to open them up, you can kind of grab both sides of it and just turn in opposite directions, and you'll feel it move. And then they come apart in two pieces like that. You'll notice that on one of the spools, it's in my left hand here, there's this little plastic notch. You can see it. You need to find a notch on the filament roll. It might be, no, you can see it. Yeah, so there's one little notch there, right? You need to line those up. And this little tag beside the notch, so circle thing here, that is what the 3D printer will actually use to detect what kind of filament this is. This is PLA basic pumpkin orange. It will know that by reading this little tag. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to line it up with the notch that I found on my spool. And when you get it lined up, it should slide all the way down, so it'll be nice and flush. Yeah, there's no gap here, right? So I've got it lined up perfectly. Once you have that on, you just take the other side, and there are little things here that you can line up to get this to go down properly. Usually if you just put it on and then kind of turn it a bit, you'll sort of feel it go into place. And once it kind of sinks down a little, then you just do the opposite of what you did before and turn, and you'll feel it kind of lock in. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but maybe you will. So it kind of clicks into place, and now it's secure, it's not going anywhere. The last step that you need to do, there are these little strips here, these plastic strips. You need to take those off. It kind of has like a little flap. You just grab that flap and it will come apart. And once it's apart, you'll be able to just pull that out. So it'll slide out like that. Sometimes they might be a little off to the side. A good tip here, and actually maybe I will do it before I take any more off. Before you slide the filament on, just make sure that these little flaps are in the middle here so that you can get at them. Because if they're like at the bottom or whatever, right, you're not going to be able to grab them, and then you're not going to be able to pull them off. And you can take the filament off the roll right now, but you cannot do that later. You won't be able to get it wound tightly back up again afterwards. So I'll show a picture of what I did, because when I first got started with 3D printing, I figured I could probably take it off of the spool and load it back up again, no problem. But once it's loose, then you are not going to get it back onto the spool. So once this is loaded, don't take it off of the spool. That's it. Okay, so I got all four off. I can see the end of the roll here. Just a little pro tip. You see those two holes there? You can use those to put the filament through, and then it will just keep it in place so it doesn't come unwound. All right, that's it. So now you guys know how to load up your empty spools with refills. If you have any troubles or if you have any pro tips, feel free to drop them in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our other videos like this.
Comment if you know how a microscope works.
Okay, totally random.
Yeah, totally random.
All right, thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.